Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here and we are once again playing City Skylines. Of course, last episode we began our new city and well, things are not going too fantastic in this section as there's not enough workers for some reason. I don't really get why. There just isn't. But I'm going to let that be. I'm going to let it do its own thing. You know, wait for the demand to kind of fill up in that section. In the meantime, I'm going to start building up our entertainment kind of sporting complex over here. So, obviously, one of the first things that we need for any complex like this is going to be the airport. Now, I think one of these has the giant airport, doesn't it? Slope too steep, huh? Now this does not say slope too steep. Alright, so I'm going to put that there. So the main thing is... well, I feel it needs a highway connection. So we're going to put this right here because later on we will connect it in with the highway. So the next thing is we're going to get a large roundabout right here. So from there, we want to demolish only roads for now. Okay, so with that we will upgrade this to, of course, a highway road. The whole way around. And then I want to get that to there. And that to there. Change direction. Alright, so basically our strategy with this is to just try and keep traffic flow down as much as possible through here. Clearly that was not what I wanted. Because this bar can go both ways through here. I don't really care. It's this that I don't want to have going both directions. Alright, so we're going to do no lights at the intersections. Really want to try to prevent traffic from becoming a problem throughout this whole city. So I'm going through now before it becomes too much of a problem, and just turning all these off, because that could eventually become a problem within the city. If there's just too many traffic lights. Especially like on these roundabouts. Like, we don't need traffic lights in areas that don't have anything connected to it. Like, I mean, again, I don't care because you don't have car crashes in this game, so it doesn't matter. Like, obviously the lights make it more realistic, but alright. So we're gonna go into destroy abandoned buildings only. So all of that will get destroyed, because then that's gonna start taking the commercial demand again. And it's filling, because it's just gonna be an endless loop of commercial demand filling. And again, this is a problem. Like, there's demands for office or for commercial. There's a demand for industrial, but there's just no demand to, like, no people working in these. So it's just a problem. So out over here, this is going to become a giant complex of fun, basically. So, of course, right out at the very edge, we're going to put our stadium. Now, before we continue that, I'm going to get water out here. We'll worry about electricity in a little bit. Just cover this whole area. Again, just start to cover it all, because again, this is going to become like a fun area. So of course, one not so fun thing is having to power it. So how are we going to do that? I don't want power lines going everywhere, looking nasty, so let's put a little power plant in here. I realized I didn't connect that water into anything. So now the water should be connected in. Still needs power, that's fine. course, we need to get some basic medical things out here and basic, you know, police and fire departments. It's kind of important. And in this area, there's a lot of trees. So I'm going to go through the map just a little bit. Put down some fire watchtowers throughout. Ooh, this looks really cool with the different colors in that section. Try to help prevent some potential fires throughout the city. And on the note of that, actually, let's get... What is this? This is the fire... Fire helicopter. And then we can get the medical helicopter. Both there in case they are needed. And also let's get a disaster response unit. We'll get a deep space radar. We'll get a weather radar. Tsunami warning buoys. Think out in the water here. Basically at the mouth of our water. Because again, this is really the only place we can. We can't go further out, so. The entry to our area will have some tsunami buoys. And we'll just try to get a little bit of earthquake sensors out here into the area. This is kind of stuff that's just important to place. We got pretty high coverage across the whole area for this. We'll place one here. That's looking good. Radio coverage. Again, getting the radio coverage for, you know, warning things with the radios is important. So, getting those going. In the areas that it matters, at least, is what I'm doing. Back to water. We need a pumping service. That's in case, you know, water. You get a flood or something. We get a pumping service, which will then take that water that's flooded the area and then put it back into the system. The other thing I like to have is tank reservoirs. The tank reservoirs, I feel, are very, very useful to protecting your city from any potential water issues in the future. So that way we have a built-up supply of water in case there's a disaster that takes out something temporarily. says we'll see reserve water. That will then start to fill up. So you can see this is sucking in a lot of water in general, but I think it really is now for that extra tank. Yeah, I feel like I've put a lot of demand on that in that time. And as you can see, this is where the water, I believe, used to be. You can see how high up these pumps are. So, definitely a high demand for that. Alright, so let's head back over to this area. First of all,
warning. Experts predict an earthquake will hit the area soon.
earthquake intensity of 8.9 is going to happen. So there you go. That's our new highway connection. I mean, it's a little weird, but I'm cool with it the way it is. Of course, there's no need to come down here yet at all. Zero.
Is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
This is definitely a problematic location to have this earthquake. For sure. So we definitely need to pause that game and well, fix up everything. So let's ensure that our main connection to the city is not broken, and it is not. Okay. Now, sewage treatment. Where? Oh, our facility for sewage treatment is just gone. Shit. Okay. So we have that. Sewage treatment's good. Power is not, though. Our power line was cut right here. Okay, that should restore power to the city. And it has. Beautiful. Beautiful. Kind of confused at what happened to the road here. Oh, it made it a bridge. I see. Okay, so we're good. We're back. We're back going. Everything seems to be going well again in our city. It's all been repaired. Alright, so now we can finish the road that we're working on over here. Alright, so now we just need water out over here, which is easy enough. Just in case anything needs more things like that. We got a little bit of wind going. I'm a fucking dumbass. Water's now been connected in. Okay. So we can really start amplifying this area. So let's see if I can sort of get power to connect through here by doing this. Yes, that can bridge the gap with power. And then we can get a small... Ooh, one of these in here. Yup. That bridges the gap so we have power the whole way through. Alright, let's try this. So how's residential? Pretty well filled in. Good. Because my strategy is going to be an area like this. Becoming part of the city in a residential way. So, you know, it's going to be like a high entertainment value, which will obviously boost this area, but also hoping that if I play it right, this can become a really, really cool residential area. So, again, that consists of another hospital. Consists of a high school. Few elementary schools. And out over here, we get a university. Also in the middle of our area, we will get a library. So again, we can continue through here though. With more of this fun stuff that should make it a really cool zone that people will want to come visit. So we're just going to slowly fill out this. What is this? Aviation club? That can go right there. Put that statue out there. Lovely. Lovely. This area is coming together fantastic. It's like a dried up ocean, huh? Dried up water area. Alright, so we can just put botanical garden there and hopefully that connects power in. Does it? Yes. Lovely. Power's in. So over here, we're getting a demand for residential. So I'm going to get all the edges first because then this area will fill in with other things. We're going to fill in this with office spacing. So there we go. That becomes office spacing. This all becomes residential. And out over here, this becomes commercial. Now, how's my little test doing? Not brilliant, but it's a little better. It's a little better. There's less abandonment, so I guess the strategy becomes dezoning all of that. That should A, boost the commercial demand, which will then be met over here, which hopefully forcing it this way will help as our residential demand over here starts to fill. So we'll do that out here. Industrial's filling in nicely. Water stopped a little bit from being as chaotic. This area looks really cool. Of course, if it wasn't the European style, we would have big, tall skyscrapers here. Fortunately, we don't. I'm going to actually remove this strip of office spacing here. I'm going to fill that with some residential as well. This area, though, filling in quite nicely. But that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.